special guest. How are you doing? Have a special drink on the house, shan't we? So welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about limited one games with another broken console. So this I have not purchased. I do not buy these Weepo cartridges myself. So the only one I think I ever really bought was the Mega Man one that was on the Genesis. That was kind of like, well, I'd love it to be actually included in a wheel collection one day, but it's yet to ever done that. So I was like, fuck it, I guess I'll just buy that. But anyway, and I'm also under the weather, so apologize for the congestion. Anyway, so two titles were identified with a problem: the Rugrats Adventures in Gameland and PioPow, and they are investigating previous titles. Limited One's response to a concern with these titles was, and we'll get, well, I guess I should talk about the concern before we get to the response. So somebody identified that apparently these Weepos are not having the accurate voltage between them and the NES, which could cause a concern between the cartridge and the NES both being damaged. Now, I'm not expert on this topic. Now, Limited One has agreed that they have done their own testing after this console was pointed out and said that they also agree that this is also a console. So, Limited One agrees with us, so I guess I'm just going to go with it myself. I'm not expert on Weepos and stuff, but I can tell you the two reasons I don't generally like Weepos are, one, it's not official stuff. Now, I mean, it can sometimes, like, lately, you know, we've had, like, the actual owners of said property officialize, you know, having the Weepos made, but, like, the materials, the chips and stuff of that, a lot of times are still not the, you know, original official stuff. They're things being used to compromise to still function on the NES. And this, the problem with this is scenarios like this. Well, in the past, I've seen scenarios with cartridges that have different issues like failure rate and stuff and that. So that's one reason I don't really like these Weepos a lot of times, because sometimes several years later, people are like, "Oh, my cartridge is dead." Apparently, this do thingy in it is a piece of crap. The other reason is because, well, it causes a lot of confusion on the market and stuff. And while I definitely understand that, you know, like, say, between the Weepo that's maybe like $50 and the original cartridge that might be like $200, I get the appeal of wanting to play on legit hardware and stuff. And I'm not bad-mouthing anyone who wants to do that, but the quality concerns and stuff just sometimes eats me up there a little bit. And, like, again, these kind of scenarios are the things that kind of make me wary of Weepos myself. Anyway, back to the main point. So, Limited One Games did respond. They said they did their own testing. They agree these are a hazard to your console and the cartridges themselves. So, in a rare case scenario, because it has always been mostly an issue trying to get Limited One games to recognize issues, and a lot of times they've made like excuses and shit. I remember like one of the problems with like Doom, they were like, "Oh well, yeah, well, Limited Print Company, we can't print new copies. That would be, you know, reprinting. So, you know, we would be sticking by our motto of being limited." Like, seriously? You're going to try and use that as an excuse that I have decent quality control? Seriously? But yeah, they made excuses and stuff with past blunders. So I honestly have to give them some credit on the fact that they say that you do not actually have to respond to this, according to a email letter they sent out, that they will be automatically sending in new versions to everyone. That's good, assuming they actually do that. Though, don't take them for their word. Definitely make a ticket, and definitely make sure you're getting a new copy of that. Don't just, I would not just automatically assume that, because mistakes can happen. You can fall through the cracks, and then you're told later, "Oh, well, we we missed you, and we don't have any more of that stuff. So I definitely recommend still making a ticket and making sure you're on the wait of their customer service to get a new copy of that. That I definitely still say you should do. Now, they say you can also get refunds and that you will not have to worry about resending back your cartridge. Now, I don't know if that's in reply with refunds. I'm assuming that's with the people who's definitely getting new copies. I don't know about the refund people. So that may be subjective. But they say you can get a refund. And I can tell you in past experience of my issues with Limited One games of having to get things fixed, they always paid for the shipping back and forth. Though I do remember during Doom, when the whole Doom thing, they were literally trying to make us pay for the shipping, which they backpedaled hard on that because a lot of people like, so let me get this straight. We all told you this had stupid online shit. You said, don't worry, we'll get it removed. Then you printed with that said shit we warned you about months in advance of you actually doing it. Then you're like, ugh. And then after everyone's complained and everything, you're like, fine, we'll get new ones, but you gotta pay for the shipping. And it's like, so we gotta pay for the fuck up that you did, even though we literally told you about it. Like, yeah, it's... Anyway. So, vast improvement in the response and wanting to fix this. Now, is this really a big issue? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert on repo cartridges and all this, but several people who've tested this seem to be wibbly-wobbly on whether this really matters on possibly damaging your NES or the cartridge itself. I don't know, but like I said, Limited One Games has responded saying that they agree. Now, of course, that could be just because, you know, they have really bad PR at this point. Literally, any good would be, you know, immensely fantastic for them. So they could be just taking the bullet on this. But, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure this ain't going to be cheap either. And, you know, they haven't been known to make a lot of excuses. So I don't know. Maybe they'll consider some big, like a hazard, biohazard maybe. Like, I mean, we've had that. Like the original Xbox, like half the original Xboxes have like a capacitor issue that's actually a fire hazard, legit fire hazard. So, I mean, that kind of thing exists too. So, I don't know. I don't know why they responded really quick, but either way, it's good that they are addressing it though. So, they're moving up in the world of the whole complaining stuff and that. So that's good. That's good. But of course, whether any other titles are affected though, that's the question at this point. So they did say like the people that made these two cartridges was a new partner that was not their regular partner. So they said they're checking the past titles they've done with this group to see if there's any other cartridges affected. And I imagine we'll hear from the general audience that buys these whether that's the case or not. So, don't know, personally. Again. Not what I get. But I'm just reporting on more broken stuff. Because that's what we do here. We try to inform you. So, make sure you make a customer ticket. Make sure they know you want a new copy. Or if you want a refund, you know, do that. But either way, I would make a ticket either way, even though they claim they're going to do it automatically. Just to ensure you don't slip through the cracks or anything. Hold them accountable. That's what they need. That's what a lot of these companies need. They need me to hold accountable for these broken things that they are releasing. Because people ain't buying this shit. Like, okay, look, there's two audiences generally buying this shit. You got me, who actually want to, like, play and own and have these things work. And then you got the scalpers who, you know, it's an investment to them. Which, I mean, to be fair, even in their corner, I would imagine they still want a working product. Because, I mean, if it's a broken piece of shit, nobody's going to probably really want it down the road, really. So, I mean, I think everyone would want these to be good manufactured working stuff. So, regardless of being modern titles, old titles, that, like, the concern of having better quality and standards is a high thing, in my opinion, here. So, but that's pretty much it. So, I got the actual model and like PS4 version of Rugrats Adventures in Game Land, so obviously the cartridge thing isn't a concern to me. Though I did hear there's a bug in one of the modes in the version, I think, so maybe that's something else we'll have to visit. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, like I said, bit congested, so you'll have to pardon me. But that's pretty much all we got going on in news like that. So if you're not gonna have your drink, I'll take it for you. Thanks for the drink on the house. Wait a minute, that comes out of my pay tab then. What? Boss ain't here, right? Okay, you saw nothing. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll leave some links to Limited 1 and a few other things related to this down below for your more needs for those who are affected. But again, I do recommend making a ticket. Don't hold back on that. Anyway, take it easy and have a good day. And may you be safe out there in the proving grounds as you go on your journey of life. Make sure you stay good, healthy, take care of yourself, and stay warm because it's flu season, you know. You know, it's pretty crazy out there. Anyway, I'll leave it to you, and I'm going to Beyblade Addy.